And it was like, yeah, full SWOT and just like, and I even wrote out like scheduling. Like, this is how I would schedule your strategic strategy based
gave
on,
them
like, it was
everything.
like the whole 9 yards. Yeah. And
Now that,
I,
I mean, I would imagine that schedule was as knowledgeable as you could have it, but the
right.
analytics on the back end, once you get access,
Oh,
is
yeah,
also going to kind of depict a few changes.
definitely.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. They weren't really posting reels either. So I was like, people, what are you
As soon as you
doing?
post reels, it's takeoff. From
Yeah,
there.
that's
Yeah,
it.
so that's where my next question is leading to is you have all these social platforms. You're constantly pushing out for multiple brands,
Mm-hmm.
multiple channels, all within the Dwell brand. Mm-hmm. How do you manage it?
I don't know. Well, it's been a process. I would definitely say that it took a lot of learning. I've been there for 3 years now, and we've constantly are creating systems that we're trying to set us up for success with our staging, homes for sale division of the brand that existed actually before the retail. And then you have retail, obviously, where you're selling things, products and services. It just took honestly a huge team effort, and it's just me in the marketing department, but being able to get my stagers comfortable with their tripods and show them how to use it and what kind of content do I want so that you can send it to me so I can edit it and schedule it out. That was a huge process, and up until it took like 2 years to really get something pretty seamless, I would say. Keep it because I'm not on stage all the time. Like, I can't go, we stage like 4 houses a day, if we're doing our max capacity. I mean, in my eyes, I'm like, oh my gosh, 4. But I'm sure we've done more in a day. But yeah, like, I'm like, oh, 4 houses. And then also we're doing all these deliveries. And then I'm in the market because I got to take pictures of everything. But it's just like, I think being able to lean on your team and create systems that set you up for success. It's taken a while. So it's a lot of communication. And then just being willing to take constructive criticism and feedback back and be like, okay, yeah, we'll just pivot. Okay, yeah, sure. We don't have to post that kind of reel. That's fine. And like,
I get so hurt when someone tells me I can't post something.
oh.
I'm like, oh,
I can
but
attest.
I
See,
need to.
and
I can attest to
yes,
that.
and that is where I'm actually very lucky because once I kind of got the trust going, because I was very like, this is your brand, like I want to take care of it. Once we kind of got that trust going, it's just like full steam ahead. And now I don't think they've told me like, oh, I'm not so sure about that for so like I can't remember the last time, except for, hey, can we post more? And I was like, okay, yes, of course. So, which is
How
cool.
often do you post?
So both accounts get at least a reel a day and a static post a day.
Okay.
And then market gets at least 10 stories a day, staging maybe like 1 or 2, depending on what they have going
What
on.
is both accounts? Does that mean 2 different accounts on Instagram or?
So 2 different, yeah, so there's Dwell Home Market and Dwell Staging accounts on Instagram and then Facebook auto post. And then we have like Dwell Home Market Retail also has a TikTok, and the TikTok gets 4 videos a day. And if I'm really on top of my game, that's
4
the part.
is a lot, yeah.
4 is a lot, and
Yeah.
especially if they're like organic to the platform, not just like a cross post. But we're always making sure that we're cross posting because Instagram is where most of our audience is. So at the very least, Instagram is being taken care of.
I was saying that's
Yeah.
what needs to get the focus.
Yeah, and if you're talking about like, how do you manage all these accounts, then you're also talking about TikTok and Pinterest and YouTube Shorts, and a lot of that is scheduling, just like cross posting, and then trying to find time to make that organic content too. But I really try to take care of our audience on Instagram because that's where like most of our traffic is coming from and most of our engagement.
And
Yeah.
within that engagement, you're actually getting legitimate inquiries for
yeah.
the product that
yeah.
you're posting.
Yeah.
So you responsible for answering and saying this is $8.99 and
Yes.
you can go here to buy it.
Yes, so I'm constantly sending links. I'm very luckily now there is someone on customer service who is logged in and they can handle it if I'm like in a meeting or something like that. We kind of tag team that, which I'm very thankful for. But yeah, we are constantly sending like, we're also manual. I haven't found like a platform that I necessarily maybe trust yet to do like the automatic like comment style for this. So we're manually doing that
Yeah.
all the time.
I've set those up, but I don't love them really.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about them. And then like if somebody says like something random. I found on some of them, if they randomly say a word inside of a different question, it'll send the link and it doesn't make sense. And so you're like, I don't know. But
It's a major friction point because then you can
Yeah.
lose them like that.
Yeah.
And they realize, oh, I'm just talking to an automated.
Yeah.
People, I'm sure they love that they're talking to you on the
Oh,
other end.
I
of it.
think that's like one of the best parts is that we're so personal with the brand that we allow me, or if I'm on vacation, whoever is doing it, to just be like, hey, it's me. Like, and sometimes I've even like sent people, this is so funny, like somebody was like, hey, like I really want that, but I can't come in. I live like 2 hours away. Like I'm 5'4". Do you have anybody that could send a picture? Like, do your feet hit the floor when you sit in this couch? And I was like, I'm also 5'4". So I like set up my tripod and took a video and I was like, here I am, like sitting here. And she bought it. You know, it's like we might look bigger because we have 50 something thousand, but the difference between us and West Elm is not the product, because we're selling the same thing, same manufacturer, everything. We're just selling it for cheaper because we can. It's that you can actually talk to us. So it's like, oh,
I mean, those two things go a long way for a business. The fact that I can actually talk to you and you're going to sell me the same thing for cheaper, so you actually care about my pockets.
yeah.
All right, I'll spend with you.
We had someone in today that was like, oh, you have a cloud dupe. And I was like, honey, it's not a dupe. It's the real thing, which we have a video about that too. Yeah.
All right.
Dupe home market.
Yeah. So you guys have worked through the personalization component. You sort of post a bunch,
Yeah.
but yet you also mentioned in your intro that you do some branding for the company and working through the website as well.
Yes. So, talking about a pivotal moment in my career as well, I remember very vividly when Jeff like sat down next to me at the desk and was like, "Hey, do you know anything about Shopify?" And I was like, "No, but I'll figure it out." And at this point, I'm like just a social media manager. Like I haven't like built out this like department of like responsibility for me. And I was like, "Okay, I'll do. Yeah, sure." And so our first iteration of the website was me going on Shopify on a free theme and like trying to figure this out. And it doesn't connect to our,
The back end of the website.
the back end of our store yet. And I'm like, oh gosh, like this. And I was manually making sure that all the quantities were correct at every single day. I also was taking iPhone photos of furniture on the floor. They're like so dark. And I'm like, I wish I had a screenshot of it. I'm sure I do somewhere of that website, but it's so different now because that's how we convinced like, oh, we should get a camera and oh, we should like set up a space in the store to make it the studio and like get these really nice pictures going. And now I have a graphic designer who works 8 hours a week with me. So I'm able to do like AI and it looks so much different. And we have a website developer who I just randomly found like attacked in the store, and I was like, you do website development? Can you help
That
us?
said I do web development.
I was just literally walking him around, but it was actually his friend, and he was like, yeah, I'm a coder. And I was like, you are? What do you do? And he's like, websites. And I said, we need help, please. And he was like, I'm contracted, you can call my friend. And he's like the best person ever. And so he's constantly working with us, and now we have like a custom theme. It's like so cute because I'm like, oh, our website has grown so much. And I learned how to code a little bit, so
Nice. My coding experience just comes from MySpace back in the day.
Oh, gosh.
I was heavy on coding back then. I wanted to ask you something. I know you're going to keep taking us further. I wanted to go back just a moment and ask you this question. When you sent that video to the client where you were sitting on the couch, did you know I'm going to send a video because it's going to mean more to them? Or did you just do it out of instinct?
Really instinct for me because I wasn't necessarily thinking like, oh, this is going to really make her feel connected. It just was like, of course I would help you. Like I try to treat everyone in the DMs as though you're just texting your friend. And so I'm like, if you can feel as comfortable like you're texting your friend, which is how we try to make people feel in the store. We offer complimentary drink like beer and wine.
Hello.
Yeah. Get shopping. And like our design service is free. Like we want to be no pressure. And so I think no pressure is like, we're just friends. And
So
none of us work on commission.
In retrospect, did you feel that video made the difference of getting the sale? Or do you think that if you had just sent a text or a picture, it would have been different?
If I sent a picture and I was like, or even dimensions of like, oh, this, like maybe we would have gotten the sale, but I don't think that we would have the same feeling as, wow, these people really care. And like, I feel like I know this person. I think it would have just been like I'm just buying something from a store.
Yeah, because there's been a thing lately, like a lot of the big people, like Gary Vee, for instance, are talking about instead of sending texts or pictures, send videos.